What's up, you guys? Hostile Carry here, and today I have some potentially devastating news. The MXGP video game series as we know it is no more. Milestone Studios, who from 2014 until 2021 made MXGP, MXGP2, MXGP3, MXGP Pro, MXGP 2019, MXGP 2020, and MXGP 2021 will not produce another MXGP video game. Instead, the license to make MXGP video games has been given to Nacon, who will have exclusive rights to make MXGP video games on January 1st of 2024, coming up in 4 short months, and they have the exclusive rights to the MXGP video game series until at least 2028. So this is not the end of MXGP video games, but a whole wave of change is coming. Milestone Studios, who has either officially lost or given away the MXGP license, has produced the Hot Wheels Unleashed series, the Monster Energy Supercross series, the MotoGP series, and the Ride video game series. While Milestone has demonstrated that they can make good racing games, the common complaint across all of these series is that while the initial game is actually quite good, Milestone churns and burns a new game out every year while doing little to build upon the predecessor. Common complaint, not necessarily true, but also kind of true. Considering the IRL MXGP series mostly races the same tracks each year, this series has felt stagnant before unofficially coming to a hiatus in 2021. However, I believe Milestone did a fantastic job with the MXGP series from the beginning, and my initial response to the news that Milestone would not be making any MXGP games in the future was to be kind of sad. With the benefit of hindsight, I'm here to argue that MXGP 2020 is one of the best dirt bike video games of all time. If you're running to the comments to tell me I'm wrong, at least explain why. Sure, the games didn't change much along the way, but I'm not sure they really needed to. The graphics were always sufficient, if not actually quite impressive. The engine audio was typically great. The physics, while being an arcade game, did provide a realistic feel. The series began to include track deformation, meaning ruts would form and get deeper and deeper throughout the races. These games played absolutely incredibly in first person, which has generally been my preferred way to play career mode. Milestone acquired rights to a significant number of brands, allowing for immense bike and rider customization options. The game allowed a significant list of options to tune the bike, which actually did affect performance. Cornering felt fluid. You could either adjust rider weight to lean with a berm, or you could alternate between clutch and throttle to drift around corners. Moto whips looked realistic and felt incredible. Scrubs worked quite well and could be manipulated in a number of meaningful ways. Holding the throttle wide open in the air would cause the rear end to drop, as it should. On flat sections, you could lean back to generate traction, but if you leaned too far, you would bog the engine. The AI were actually pretty good, and the difficulty scaled correctly, where realistic difficulty on MXGP is probably the best AI of any dirt bike game I've played. In light of everything I just mentioned, I don't think MX Bikes or MX vs. ATV Legends hits every point here as well as Milestone did with the MXGP series. Milestone did a great job with the MXGP series. Really, the only problem I had with Milestone's MXGP series is that personally I've always preferred the AMA outdoor tracks over the MXGP tracks, as the AMA tracks generally have larger jumps and more technical rhythm sections. I like big jumps, and I cannot lie. So, I am sad that Milestone's run with MXGP is over. However, the future of MXGP video games is in Nacon's hands, and on paper, this could actually be a good thing. Nacon is a growing French company who has acquired 12 smaller studios since 2019. To date, Nacon has produced 145 games. This is not a small studio. More importantly, this is not their first time acquiring license to an ongoing series. and they've made a lot of good games. In particular, they produced an incredible skateboarding game, Session Skate Sim, which is likely the most realistic skate game ever, and demonstrates an understanding by the studio of skate culture, which should encourage us to believe this studio can make a realistic and good motocross game. Nacon has also produced the WRC series, likely the most realistic rally car racing video game series of all time. Nacon also produced the Tour de France series, Blood Bowl, the official rugby series, the official cricket series, Flat Out Racing, Tennis World Tour, the official solitaire game, Monster Truck Championship, which, by the way, is the best Monster Truck video game since Monster Truck Madness, which is quite old at this point. They made the official Brick Breaker games. Honestly, you guys, MXGP 2020 was great, but the future of MXGP really might be in great hands. One thing for sure, if you stay tuned on the channel, I'll be talking about it a whole lot. Really looking forward to seeing what Nacon gets together for the future of MXGP. So we're left with one question, but it is a really big question. What does the future have in store for video games pertaining to AMA Supercross, AMA Motocross, and AMA Super Motocross? Will Milestone make a Supercross 7? I'm dying to know. I don't know. The simple fact of the matter is MXGP wants video games made. MXGP video games will continue to be made. Feld Entertainment, owners of Supercross, want Supercross games to be made. More Supercross games are going to be made. More importantly, I feel like I have reason to believe Feld Entertainment, who owns Super Motocross, wants Super Motocross games to be made. In all likelihood, they want a Super Motocross game that has the full Supercross season, the full Motocross season, and the 3 SMX race tagged along at the end. There's going to be a Supercross game. There's going to be AMA Motocross, whether it's in MX versus ATV Legends or otherwise. Who will make them? I have no idea. I don't know. Maybe Milestone gave up MXGP so they could focus on this much larger product. Maybe that's me dreaming. The only thing I know for sure is I hope MX vs. ATV does not acquire the rights to Supercross. MX vs. ATV Legends is a great arcade dirt bike game. It's definitely a lot of fun. It has nice graphic. The outdoor tracks are very fun, but MX vs. ATV does not have a history of treating Supercross very well, in my opinion, especially on MX vs. ATV Legend. Supercross plays like an afterthought. I feel justified in being skeptical of them acquiring the rights to the Super Motocross series. I hope y'all have enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think about all this news in the comments, and I'll look forward to catching y'all in a public lobby very soon. Peace, y'all.